Well, hello and welcome, people of the internet, to Fight Life Vanguard, a tactical turn-based RPG where apparently the god of this universe had a human apprentice, and that human apprentice kind of did a whole like Sith vibe thing where he killed his master and then he started to distrust humanity, wanted to get rid of him, but then apparently humanity made this big sacrifice to defeat darkness, and then he had a change of heart, and then we're supposed to forgive him. But that being aside, from what we actually get to play, it seems like it's a little bit more low fantasy, I guess kind of mid fantasy. There's a whole bunch, there's magic users, so it's not technically low fantasy, but it kind of feels like it has that dark, gritty feel to it. Anyway, you'll of course see it once we jump into the game here. This is an early playtest version. You can check this out on Steam. As of the recording of this video, I don't know how long the playtest is going to be up, but I'll put all the links and stuff like that below in the description so you can check it out if you want. This one has a pretty interesting damage slash health system that's a little bit different than what I've seen before and really incentivizes kind of dogpiling one unit. So we'll take a look at that once we jump in. It is slated for a Q3 2025 release date. And other than that, let's just go ahead and jump right into it. Before we do, guys, if you do like the content, please remember to kindly smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for more roguelite and now tactics RPG action. But other than that, guys, go ahead, grab a drink, grab a snack, sit back, relax, and let's hop right in. So this is a campaign-based game. So we are going to go, I'm going to jump back to the first mission. Just in case you're wondering, just point of clarity here. The way you actually start a new campaign is not entirely clear because you can see we have a continue button and we have a load button, but there's no start new button. Because if you come to campaign, right now I can only do the first mission because I reset it. But once you complete the first mission and you go to your second and you come into campaign, the start mission will show that second mission. So you might be thinking like, oh, well, if I want to start a new campaign with a different character for the playtest, like how do I do that? You would have to, so in the campaign here, this is basically a map that we'll get to kind of move around. So right here is the space we're located. If you click on basically the first mission, it will say, hey, if you go back to this mission, you're going to reset your campaign. So that's how you do that, just FYI, in case you run across that. So we'll start a mission here. And we get to choose what character we want to start with. And we start with like very low fantasy classes. So literally like on the farm, but we're going to work our way up. So this is the class tree. You can see here, so we can start here as a worker, work our way up. Something that's cool here, I think, if you look carefully, is a claymore here, but he's not holding the grip both down here. He's got like that middle grip, which I think is more historically accurate. It makes more sense, obviously, because you can spread your grip out, but that's kind of cool. We also have a watchman who's, you know, kind of like the gladiator, the knight character, sword and board, or club and board, if you will. The savage, which is our axe character. We have the hunter, who I think I'm going to start with. I kind of like playing the hunter. And then we have the neophyte, who is our caster character. And I think, yeah, that's it. So we're going to start here. Now, as far as everything goes, you have health, defense, armor, movement, and damage. Now, defense and armor are actually slightly different from each other. We'll go over that once that comes up. It's one of the first things in the tutorial. We have damage, although I'm not exactly sure what this 5 is. If you go to all the other characters, it's like 15, 4. This is the most clear way to see it, is 30 melee. Every attack, as far as I've found right now, there's no like skills. I'm hoping there will be at some point, but right now, this is basically your basic attack. You're always going to do 30 damage, and we'll talk about how damage happens, like I said, in a second. But everyone also has different passives. So you have here like one-handed attack reduces enemy movement by 1. We have additionally restricts enemy movement by 1. We have defending cost for deflecting arrows is reduced by half. And then finally, this right here. So this is the big thing about how damage works. Used to taking hits, each new damage received increases by 1. So again, damage and all that stuff we will go over in a second. We're going to go with Hunter here. So Hunter has a one-handed weapon, does have a melee, but it's obviously weaker than our range. We have our arrow. Range attack can fire an arrow from bow. You can see 5 there. I don't know what that 5 is doing. And then cannot shoot at point blank range. Lastly, crystalline. Fighter is unlikely to survive being surrounded in battle. Each new damage received increased by 3. So that is basically how damage works. So basically each consecutive hit increases the amount of damage that a further hit is going to do. So it's because we had to drag ourselves to this. It's because of you we had to drag ourselves to this dump. Right, we're out of our league with these wolves. It won't be long before they kick us out of our homes or eat you. All right, let's go. show us where they're attacking you. To move the camera, we can use WASD, but the game itself is click-based. So it kind of has a little bit of a CRPG feel. It is a little bit slow, I will say. The moving around and like collecting everything, it's a little sluggish. So I do hope that the game speed kind of kicks up a little bit. So we can kind of collect stuff. We have potions. We have our full inventory here. So we can take a look at the character screen. We have our inventory with two different, we have like equipment and we have potions. And then we have class trees that we can look at. So real quick here, because I know the class trees are very exciting for people. So basically every time we get a promotion, we're going to choose one of these bonuses. So the first one, not very exciting, health and defense. They are different. They do matter. But then you can go like the enemy does not counterattack, attack range +1, and then you get to choose like damage from arrows and bolts +2 or melee damage +1. I suppose if you want to get more melee damage, or a warrior's movement range cannot drop below +1, melee damage +1. So you get a little bit of stat bonuses here. So again, this kind of leads me to believe that there isn't skills, which I hope eventually they will add them in, because otherwise, well, we'll take a look at combat. So come down here, combat initiates. So it is not, well, it is kind of CRPG based, right? You kind of get into these battles. Before battle, warriors can choose their starting position and inspect enemy stats by right-clicking them to better prepare their equipment. Okay, so here's how defense works. So when hit, a warrior, and warrior is just any class, not specifically like a warrior, lose defense, but no more than half of their maximum defense per hit. Any remaining damage is absorbed by their health. When health reaches 0, the fighter falls and suffers an injury. If an already injured fighter falls again, you'll have to continue your journey without them. Okay, so we have a red bar and we have a yellow bar. The yellow bar is our defense, the red bar is our health, which we can see up here. We have health and we have defense. So let's say, for example, with this unit here, we have, actually, let's go to the archer here, because we have a lot less defense, right? So let's say we took a hit for 20 damage, okay? Well, first of all, the damage is going to go to our defense, but we can't lose more than half in defense, and half of this is 14. So we would take 14 damage to our defense, and then the remaining 6 would then go to our health. That's basically how damage works, defense health-wise. Now, in terms of damage, it's pretty easy. How much armor do you have? Subtract it from the damage. Boom, that's how much damage you have. That's definitely the easier of the two. Now, let's see. So let's get rid of... Can I get rid of this? Okay, these menus are a little annoying. Hello? Can you get out of here? I think I need to hit the X, which is underneath this, but because I can't do this until we do this, let's move our units around. There we go. Get rid of that. Start battle. There we go. Select a different warrior for the turn instead of the suggested one from those who haven't acted in the current round. Use the tab key or manually click on the warrior highlighted with the white tile. So you can choose whatever order you want to go in. This is not like a Fire Emblem where everybody goes at the same time. It is very much more CRPG where there's like an initiative system. However, it's not quite that way with the initiative system, because you can see here the turn order, which is important, because my initial thought was, oh, well, if it's just going to go me, then them, but that's not the case, because you can see here we have 2 units going at the same time. So on any of these turns, I can choose who I want to go next. So like if I don't want my hunter to go first, let's say I want my, what was this guy again? The protector. So if I want the protector to go first, I can actually move him in. So I can swap whatever character I want. And let's go ahead and punch this wolf. So you can see there we did 15 damage to his defense and then 30 to the rest of his health, because if we highlight over him, he's got 30 defense, so we could only do 15 to him. Now, if we take a look at the wolf, he has a bite attack, reduce any movement by 1. Animals do not have target selection tactics, but are immune to dizziness. More aligned on positioning in battle, each new damage received increases by 2. Okay, now, so as you can see here, there are 2 little red dots. Now, what those dots mean is that any incoming damage to this wolf is now going to do 2 extra damage to it. Now that doesn't mean 2 directly to the health, it just is total. You do your math with the defense, and then that's how much damage you do. So let's go ahead and we're going to bring you in. We're going to block off these wolves from actually getting to our archer. Okay, we do a lot more damage there. And then let's go ahead and bring our hunter in. Can we attack from here? We totally can. Nice, we add 2 more damage on there. We can get a kill here. And then we're just going to keep trading damage until finally we can go ahead and... Let's see. Now, why can't I swap to these? I guess... Oh, I think this is saying it's resetting end of turn. Yep. So I only have this character to go to. Okay. We get 13 experience. They've grown incredibly bold, wandering so close to settlement in broad daylight. Well, that's good. It'll be easier to track them. Let's not waste time. Lead the way. All right. So we're going to explore a little bit. This first map is pretty small, so there's not a whole lot to go to. I haven't been to the second map yet, so once we get to the second map, that'll all be new content. For me, at least. So let's go ahead. We're going to explore up here. We got some more wolfies over here. I don't think that we can come over here without triggering. Yeah, okay. So the trigger is like a line right here. The number of diamonds next to a warrior's portrait represents their maximum movement range. Yellow equals available moves. Red equals penalty for engaging in combat. Penalty. So this I haven't figured out yet. So red equals penalty for engaging in combat. But the thing is, once you engage in combat, that's the end of your turn. So I'm not sure if that's supposed to like reduce damage or something. So here's something we already talked about. The more warriors attack, the more additional surrounding damage they take. The amount of extra damage is indicated by the red diamonds under their health bar. This penalty decreases by 1 each time the warrior attacks. So we can decrease this by keeping a unit active. The warriors have more commands than just attacking. Skip turn restores 25% of their maximum defense and reduces their surrounding penalty by 2. Hold position reduces the surrounding penalty by 3. If attacked in melee while holding position, the warrior will counterattack. The readiness to hold position is indicated by an icon to the left of their health bar, right there. Full defense restores 25% of the maximum defense. So everything, so hold position, so skip and block restore defense. Hold position just reduces damage and can counterattack. But it reduces by penalty by 4, grants 50% damage resistance, but it also reduces movement range by 2 in the next round. So if you want to stay in the same position, you got to prep for that. And this is kind of why I think there might not be any kind of personal skills for each class, because these are kind of your skills. Okay, let's just move these guys up. Let's see. Well, I can't really block them off, so I'll move you here, get a stab there. God, this guy's strong. He's way stronger than our protector, which makes sense. He's more an aggressive unit. See, so let's move you in. Get a shot here. So now, if we have our spear warrior here, so let's say we want to get rid of all these and we want to get a little bit of our defense back and we want to reduce damage, we can go ahead and go full defense. That removes all those surrounding points, gets us back some of that defense. And then we can get our last attack in. There we go. Nice. All right, let's explore a little bit over here. Because I think there's a couple spiders over here. Yeah, there's a couple spiders over here. Let's take care of them. Let's get them out of here. Yeah, let's just bring you in. Let's give him a big old bash over the head. Why not? Actually, can I do, let's see, 22 damage. Where are you at health-wise? 13. So basically you have, because you're at half, so I can do 13 damage. That's 26 damage plus 2. Technically, this is a -2. If you want to apply it to their health. If you want to apply it to our damage, you got to do plus 2. That's 24. They were at 26. So I'm going to have 2 health remaining. I almost did the thing where you -2 from their health and you plus 2 here. Can't do that. So I think we can get the kill if we come here. Yeah. You ever do that? It's like that, isn't there like a semi-viral test where it's like, the girl gives the guy at the counter $30, he gives her 25, then she asks for 2 back, and then, oh, where'd the other $2 go? And it's like, well, you just added when you need to subtract. It's like, that's how you find where the money goes. Anyone know what I'm talking about there? Hopefully I don't sound crazy. I mean, I do most of the time. All right, here. So we get our potion. We can continue on. Just looking around for things that we need to activate. Oh. Uh-oh. Looks like he's ready for us. Stop. Don't move. Are you sure? There are 3 of them, and they're armed. Act quickly before they realize what's happening. Oh, and they got a little wolf pup. Ah, you prick. Yeah, for some reason, they're still breathing. But you won't be breathing for much longer. Alright. Let's give him the old 1-2. Let's go ahead and prioritize getting this guy. Boom. Give him a little bonk of wood. Give him the old donk on the noggin. Wait, whoa. Oh, there's your health. I was looking at this health bar. I was like, where'd your health not go? I definitely did damage to you. I suppose I just take him out. Like, why not? Get him out of here. Ooh, okay, we're getting a little weak here. So, let's go ahead and defend up. Get rid of that. Get some of our defense back. Let's see. What do we want to do here? Let's go ahead. Let's reduce our damage. Let's go on hold position. And this is something, yeah, so it kind of changed position here. So I'm wondering if this is because I'm playing at 4K. Like, I've noticed, I've mentioned it in a bunch of other videos, that a lot of times when you have like tooltips like this that pop off the screen, typically it's because the game just hasn't been optimized for 4K gameplay, and usually it's optimized for 1080p. Nice, get him dead. So as far as combat goes, now obviously we're very early in the playtest, right? But as far as combat goes, it does seem a little bit one note at the moment. Typically in any of these strategy RPGs, when you have a tutorial level, I would kind of assume that you would more significantly highlight the differences in your units. And right now they all kind of do the same. Oh, hey, what's this going on up here? Oh, we're getting surrounded. Wolfies, no! Damn it, it's a trap. They've lured us into an ambush. We need to get out of here. I'm not leaving this monk behind. Suit yourself, but the only way to escape a pack like this is by to not be the last one running. Oh, you freaking prick. You just smacked me in the back of the head. I hope you die. Oh, shoot. Come on, monk, help me. Oh, god dang, okay. What do we have here? The hunters almost became the prey. Next time, choose your company more carefully. What the hell? How'd you get here? Some spirit brought me here after soldiers left me to die and the wolves ran away. Oh, and here they're coming back, by the way. Oh, now let's kill these pricks. He smacked me over the head. Get your gold ready. The job is done, but your villager got eaten by wolves when he fled the battlefield. I'm right here, dingus. You're wasting your breath. I've already told them everything about your heroics. How are you here? Never mind. We'll make sure no one hears your version of the story. All right. So, like, I might as well just box them all in. So I'm assuming, let's see, so there's probably going to be one other skill here, and then this looks to be inventory. But as far as, as far as combat goes, let's take a look at you right here. So he actually accumulated surrounding penalties added to a attack bar. So we kind of want our savage, we kind of want you actively getting hit, right? Makes sense. That's kind of the berserker thing, is to dish out more damage as you take more damage. Bunk. Okay, so we need to defend up here. And I can't move from here, so let's bring ourselves in here. So it feels like combat right now, And again, I understand that it is, let's see. Let's bring it back this way. You know, this is definitely very early combat. But it does feel very one note. Everyone is kind of just doing the same thing. You know, like we have a range attack, but the range attack is basically doing the same thing as a melee. There's even typically in these like more tactics-based games, you would typically have one kind of class-based skill. Now, obviously, that's not going to be like your super powerful, you know, I don't even know, super powerful like whirlwind attack or whatever, but it might just be like, you know, for this turn, like you can attack 2 enemies next to each other, or, you know, a buff where it's like, you know, use 20% of your health, increase your damage by 20%, something. So hopefully it expands a little bit. This is as far as I've gotten. So we'll see. We're going to jump into the next fight here. Let's go ahead and finish up this mission. So we're going on to Ancient's Desire. And we'll start the mission. So it does seem like, now from what I've jumped into the second mission, I haven't actually played it yet. But what it seems like to me is that your main character here is going to continually level up. And at least for this mission, when you jump in, your units start over. Now, I don't know if they're necessarily starting over because the 3 units that just helped us out in that fight weren't really like part of our party. I don't think they were just kind of in the village that we were helping to defend. So I don't really know like what the story is, like how these guys are going to level up. Maybe this is the time that I'm actually choosing units for the first time. That actually could be. That would make sense. That's like the tutorial mission, and this is like the beginning of the game. So let's go off that. Let's go off that assumption for now. Step by step, we'll restore order to this forest. Let's stick together and watch out for each other. Let's go. Alrighty. We do have a level up here, so we can choose to go for either health or defense. So if we have more defense, what that does is it makes it so we can take a bigger hit and not take damage to our health. So I think I actually want to do that. Let's get the defense +5. We also got a copper ring here, defense +2. Let's go ahead and pop that. We probably want to put it on. Yeah, we'll put it up here. It's fine. Okay. Because if we look, let's see, if we look over here, we're level 2 experience, and then these guys are all level 1 with 0 experience. So I think that's the case. I think we're kind of starting out here. One thing I do want to mention, just in case the developer is watching, this is not necessary. So for those of you guys who are watching, this is a right-click menu. So if I take both of these, both of these off, if I left-click, it opens up this menu, which opens up their inventory and opens up this. If I right-click, it opens this, but all of this information can be found right here. So I'm not exactly sure why there is a second window here, but it's kind of unnecessary. It's not kind of unnecessary. It's 100% unnecessary. Okay, so we got wolves down there. What do we have over here? Anything? We have wolves over here. Okay, we have a lot of wolves is what we're getting at here. All right, let's bring our units. Let's see what the mage can do. Can the mage do something else? But actually, no, let's have you back here. Can you... Oh, interesting. So these two might be more class-based. Yeah, but if that's the case, it's a little bit weird for the hold position to be on the archer. I guess the archer does have a sword. Enables magic attack mode. Well, I can't read it. Which allows you to choose the epicenter of a magical explosion. Now, question... I don't know if that will... I might have to check and see if that'll hurt allies or not. Boink. The sound effects are, you know, they're there. Like the wolves sound fine. It's the impact ones that are like, oh... Yeah, we doinked him. We doinked him on the bonkers. Okay, let's see if it hurts us. Okay, it definitely hurts us. Hoi! Yeah, let's not do that again. But now we know. We had to check. We had to check in a fight that's safe. Worst case scenario would be that we checked that in a fight that was not safe, and then that would not be fun. Let's move you up. Actually, let's have you go first. Switch over to magic. Blow you guys up. Oh, this wolf is doing big damage. Oh, that's why. It's a giant wolf. Okay, so we are going to get 2 turns in a row. So let's work on taking out the giant wolf here. Oh, okay, so I guess... Oh, and it does say everyone around it. Beware friendly. Oh, well, it answered it right there. Okay, so it does look like we're just doing 15 damage, so we can either do single target. Wait, can I not even do single target? That's not giant wolf. Okay, so I'm gonna get an attack off before. Wait, can I just not? I can't do just regular damage? Oh, interesting. Okay, so the only attack that I have... That's not what I... Okay, you guys saw. I clicked at the wrong time. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is bad. This is not good. Oh, crap. I don't know how to get rid of the injured status either, so that's not good. Okay, can I give you a potion? There we go. Okay, just drag it on top of him. Yeah, how do I get rid of this status? Hopefully after a fight it goes away. That's what I would assume, is that you have to clear a fight for it to go away. Okay. So let's start off by doing some magic damage. Which one? I want to attack this one. Bunk. That's such a polite spider. Bunk. Oh, okay, you need to get out. You need to get out. You need to get out. You need to leave, like yesterday. Yeah, you actually... What the frick? It does damage before I do anything? Okay, well, I did not know that, so again, you live and you learn. Okay, well, I have to do this. Well, unfortunately, I lost my damage dealer. That sucks. Luckily, it's a play test, and it's not a full playthrough, but that's a little rough. Yeah, that poison damage is no joke. It's no joke. Okay. First aid kit, that's good. Oh, God, there's a freaking massacre here. Help! Someone, please! Are you gonna join me? Goblins, what are they doing here? First, take them down. Sort it out later. How many goblins are there? There's 1, 2. Oh, looks like just 2 goblins. Oh, we can take care of 2 goblins. So the injured status doesn't go away. Okay. Well, hopefully we can figure out how it goes away at some point. Because I feel like it should definitely go away at some point. Okay, more poison. That's fun. Okay, let's see. This guy's going next. So what do we want to do here? Probably just want to bonk him. That's cute. I thought it was for the end for me until you showed up. Who are you? What happened here? I'm a researcher. My team set out on an expedition to the ruins from an old city to the west, but we got ambushed by goblins. As a reward for saving me, take anything you find among my scattered belongings. We can also trade if you have something to offer. Well, it would have been nice if we figured out how injured went away, so that way he didn't die. Let's see. Defense +4, defense +3, defense +2. We have lightning. Ah, antidote potion. That seems like it might be worth. Unfortunately, I feel like now I'm just losing. I mean, like, obviously I'm losing because now that I'm just down 2 guys, I feel like I need to just restart. Because otherwise, like, I'm just always going to be 2 units behind, and then it's just going to snowball from there. Okay, that's safe. Here we go. Let's see. Giant Wolf is going next. Can I hit you from here? I can. Nice. I can't move. Okay, nice. I got out of this much more cleanly than last time. Bunk. Yeah, get bonked. Get super bonked. Okay, so then we have the spiders that we can fight. Oh, I gotta do my level up again. Can I do it from here? Nice. Wasn't sure if I'd be able to do that as I was starting a fight. So we'll just set these up as always. We'll do our fire attack. Get our kill. Okay, let's see. So if I bonk, I think I need to... I have enough hits that I can kill this thing. Okay, now I need to be careful with him. There we go. Potion up. Okay. Gotta be careful with these goblins now. Let's see. So let's have you... God damn, that is not what I wanted to do. Obviously. Okay. We're gonna go full defense now. So, if I were gonna play this again, there's no way I'm taking this mage. He is just... Not even that he's bad, because he's not. But because I'm gonna misclick all over the place, like... Because I wanted to click on my character, and it wasn't even like... Yeah, you guys know. I'm just gonna be hitting myself way more than I'm hitting enemies, and it's just gonna completely screw up the whole play session. Yeah, I want to use it on not me. Yeah, I think what's really confusing about this is that I guess because right now I'm in movement mode, but it's showing magic attack. Now it's showing movement, but I'm in magic attack mode. It's like not what I would expect to be the case. I want, whenever magic is showing, that I want magic to be cast. And he died again. So, how much poison am I taking? Yeah, it doesn't say anything about injured fighters, so I'm... Oh, probably you probably have to do the entire map, would be my guess. So then I get... Wait, what? But this said if... Oh, where's the fucking guy? Because I thought... Oh, because I went over health. Okay, because I thought I was reading the poison tooltip. I was reading the health tooltip. And so I figured that it was doing damage. Oh, man. Okay. So I'm in the same situation because he's going to attack this unit and he's going to die. And there's just nothing I don't have any tools to protect him as a thing. Well, at least I can do that. So I still have 3 units here. Wait, but why am I so broke? So did it take my money, but then I don't get to keep the item? Yeah, I think it took my money, but I can't keep the item. That's kind of not cool, if that's what happened. Or, maybe it's just because I hadn't collected that yet. Okay, I think it was just because it hadn't collected that yet. 2 regular wolves. Okay, we can take out regular wolves. God damn it. You're hiding behind the shadows. And of course you don't re-heal. You re-healed in the tutorial, but not in the regular mission. Okay, okay. Okay, so we gotta go full on defense here. We gotta go full defense again. Let's get rid of you. Now I'm probably dead because you're doing twice the damage that I'm doing. Okay. Now we can worry about this. Like the... Well, I guess I can potion. $35 health. Yeah, see, the problem is if I, like... God, why can't... where's the other place that I can see this? Okay, let's get a little hold position. Okay, I have 3 turns, so then I can kill this wolf. Jesus Christ. Now I have to go into battle like this? Holy Christ, this is tough. And I know that there are spiders up there. Defense recovery, that's going there. Health recovery after battle. Well, I probably should have read that, huh? Okay. Do you have any potions? Give me all your potions. Okay, so let's go... Heals injury. For use only outside of combat. Well, it's a good thing that that works. Oh, injury. Oh, that's... Okay. Just a suggestion, developer, if you're listening. Because injury is a key term, I would capitalize injury. The way this is worded right now, to my mind, looking at this. Heals injury, basically thinking like, oh, all these units are injured. They have health taken away from them, as if it's like flavor text. But because injury is an actual key term in your game, I would probably consider capitalizing it. So that way it more so, like area damage. Like damage doesn't have to be capitalized, I suppose, but because it's a more of a key term, it is capitalized. I would probably make that adjustment. Okay, let's see what we can do about these spiders. Are any of these big spiders? Because frick the big ones. Okay. So let's get our fireball going. Okay. Let's start taking less damage. Who's going next? You're going next. Okay. So something I'm thinking about is there's been a number of times now in that we've been playing where I've made the mistake because, so if I'm hovering over the archer here, any of these tiles that I can, I'm assuming that so these are all the tiles I can move to. The black is tiles that I can shoot, but if an enemy is inside the white and I click on the enemy, wherever I click on an enemy, I'm going to shoot that tile, because the game right now has me in a state where I can either move or shoot. I'm wondering if it makes more sense to have the default just be shoot, kind of in a similar way. So like the mage here technically has what I would prefer to have happen, where it defaults to movement, other way around, defaults to movement, right? Because the black is showing the range that I can hit with the fireball, right? But I can't actually shoot anything right now. So the actual movement difference, if I just click on this, I'm left clicking right now, but nothing's happening because I don't have any attack on the mage other than this mode right here. On the archer, however, I am in both move and shoot, which is what happened there. I didn't intend to attack that target. What I meant to do was open this window, but because for some characters, movement and attack happens at the same time, it can lead to situations like that where I think I'm doing one thing, but I do another. So I think it needs to just be standardized, and it should probably just be another button down here that is just an attack button. That just, you do your movement, and then when you're ready to attack, you click the attack button, and then, so that way, like, you always know what exactly you're doing with a character. Especially, I think, in a game like this where there's no undo, there's no, there's permadeath. Like, in a game like that, you definitely need to know exactly what you're doing with your character and not die to just, like, little mess-ups here and there. But unfortunately, I'm in another situation where I've lost a unit and there's nothing I can do to prevent this. Which I suppose the intent is, I mean, it's probably you're supposed to play around with more of your defends and your hold positions. There we go. So we are going to give you probably just more health. I don't actually know which is better. For here, we definitely want to give you more more defense since you recover it more. But I'm a bit... What the frick am I fighting? Oh, I'm gonna get taken from the back. Looks like the spiders are pushing the wolves out of the forest. Now the wolves are coming our way. The tracks show they're coming from this cave. We need to seal the entrance. They'll just dig another way through. We need to go deeper and find the source of this problem. Us, can't you just wipe them all out with your lightning? It's not that simple. Soon these spiders will overrun everything, and next in their path is your village. Once their colony expands, it'll be too late. Their abnormal colony growth has magical origins. Magically abnormal, huh? Get into the cave. All right. What do we get ourselves into? Yeah, that was not all that great. So I'm curious now, going into number 3. Huh, interesting. Okay, so we're gonna halt it here, but I want to see if I go in here again, what does my team look like in terms of levels? So you still have your experience. You still have your experience. You do. Oh, and you still have... Wait, what? You still have your experience as well? So... Huh. Then I'm not entirely sure, then, how this system works. Oh... Okay, yeah, okay. So what I thought was the case. So when you do your actual, so this is like your actual first mission. This is where you choose what your squad to be. So I'm going to do this because I'm okay resetting it now. So this is where you actually get to choose your first squad. So if you wanted to, you could go full on archers, and then this is the squad you would continue on through your playthrough. Or if you wanted to go, you know, a more melee based class, you could do that, which is likely what I would end up doing. Got it. Yeah, and then you take them through, rank them up. Okay, and so it's not actual permadeath, but it's permadeath for the map. Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better. I was a little bit concerned they were just straight off dead for the whole campaign, but that makes a little bit more sense, and maps are a bit more contained, and... Okay, so as far as gameplay goes... It definitely has a bit of a CRPG feel to it, you know, like a Baldur's Gate, a Pillars of Eternity, a Divinity Original Sin, that kind of feel to it. In terms of like moving around the map, you get into fights, you have combat initiated, you can move, you can start moving your characters around. As far as combat itself goes, I will say right now, with what I've seen, I am a little bit underwhelmed. I think that the like whole damage system and surrounding damage is fine. It's punishing both ways. It's both punishing for your enemies as you surround them and deal more damage to them, and it's obviously punishing to you. Now, granted, I've said this multiple times, but just in case you missed the first couple, I understand this is early on in the playthrough and we're playing beginner classes, right? So I don't know what future promotions are going to look like as far as combat goes. I'm assuming they're going to have some kind of depth to them. But as of right now, every class kind of plays the same. The only real difference that I feel is the unit that we had, whatever unit we had in the front that was shielding, was basically always better off just using full-on defense because it reduced incoming damage, and he wasn't really doing all that much damage. So there really was no, there wasn't a incentive against just using full-on defense every time. And really the only time, like in that last fight, the only time I didn't use it is when we lost him. Like, had I just used that and not finished off the spider, he would have been fine. The map layout too, so I understand it because it's kind of you got the CRPG, like walking around and exploring stuff, but as far as a tactical game goes, it's quite boring. You know, there's nothing to use for strategy. Every fight was out in the open. There are no walls to take cover. There's no terrain on the battlefield that will either slow you down, freeze you so that you have to go around, or like, is it going to take 2 extra turns to go around? There's no height for height advantages with rangers. It's very basic as far as terrain combat goes right now. You know, there's no walls to hide behind. There's no rocks to get in the way of projectile damage, anything like that. So it is very bare bones when it comes to the terrain. Just because it's kind of open world-esque, right? We're in a full map, but I think you guys know what I mean, as opposed to like a planned out map like a Fire Emblem game. There are obviously ways that you can design the map, especially when you have enemies not really randomly spawning. They're clearly placed on the map in certain areas. You can kind of more finely design those areas to have a few more instances of you know, terrain that you can work with to make combat a little bit more engaging. Because right now it does, you know, an expansion on the idea that I already mentioned, combat, it did get a little bit stale. It was a lot of just attack, attack, attack. There was no, you know, let's say, for example, you know, maybe the archer starts with like a crippling shot that reduces the enemy's movements on top of their regular attack. The spearman, maybe he has a special attack that attacks 2 tiles instead of 1. And obviously, depending on how you position, you obviously don't want to position your teammate on the other side of him. You know, just something like that, something to give the classes a little bit more identity and to give you a little bit more play to the characters. It seemed very linear. It seemed very basic. It seemed almost more like it seemed almost to me more like a playtest for the actual health and defense system than it seemed for the combat of the game, if that makes sense. But as long as those things kind of, you know, get addressed, and obviously, you know, I want to say as well that I'm not under some illusion that this is like a finished game or anything. It's a playtest. There isn't even a demo out yet. It looks like the first early access, like I said, is Q3 2025. So stuff like the finishing touches to a game like this, let me put it like this. The things that I assume are more finishing touches or fleshed out in terms of combat, I don't expect to see this early on in the stage. If you do look at the trailer and the photos on Steam, likely what the build looks like on the devs end that hasn't been put out yet to the public, there does seem to be a bit more to it. So some of these things that I'm mentioning, you know, I mention them just because the devs likely put these things out to hear this kind of feedback to see if maybe they are on the right track. And actually, I know that for a fact because I've talked to a number of devs of games that I've played behind the scenes and talked to them about it, and that's very much the case. You know, the typically working builds for games are more further along than other playtest or demo versions that they put out. And a lot of times, you know, they put these out obviously to get feedback from players to make sure that they're going along the right path. But it is also a good way to kind of stay on track in your project. So for example, like if players were consistently asking for the opposite of a feature that they've been working on in the background, that gives them, rather than designing the entire system, and then once it comes out, the player's like, yeah, we hate this. We've been saying it the whole time. The devs can go, oh, okay, I know we're halfway through working on the system, but the players say they definitely don't want something like this to happen. So now we can kind of change course. So that's why I bring up all that stuff. You know, hopefully you guys find that kind of stuff interesting. Of course, it's at the end of the video, which half of you guys have probably checked out anyway. But anyway, if you guys had fun, if you guys had a good time checking out Fight Life Vanguard, would you kindly smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for more roguelite and strategy RPG action. And of course, if you do want to check out the playtest for yourself, give it a try. Yeah. Link will, of course, be down below in the description to the playtest, although, again, I can't guarantee that the playtest will be up when you see this. Playtests kind of come up and down. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this one. Thanks so much for watching. I've been Ganyonz. This has been Fight Life Vanguard. I'll see y'all in the next one.